Travel updates for unvaccinated travelers. In today's video update, we'll discuss the latest travel requirements of Canada and its exemptions. Since the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, the Canadian government declared different border standards to safeguard the health and safety of Canadians. Recently, the government introduced further measures to motivate more individuals who desire to enter Canada to get their COVID-19 vaccines. With effect from January 15, 2022, some international travelers who were permitted earlier to enter Canada without being fully vaccinated will now require to be fully vaccinated. This video will emphasize which individuals are still permitted to come into Canada without being fully vaccinated, and offer information on how an individual who is not fully vaccinated might be suitable to travel to Canada, regardless of this latest travel restriction. So now let's look at which groups are not permitted to enter Canada without being completely vaccinated. It is essential to consider that the Canadian government has recently made a few transformations to the groups of individuals who could be deemed exempt from specific travel restrictions. Before January 15, 2022, individuals belonging to certain groups who were not fully vaccinated were allowed to enter Canada. Let's take a look at what these groups are. Close family members of Canadian citizens above the age of 18. Permanent residents, or individuals registered under the Indian Act, if they will be visiting a close family member in Canada for a minimum of 15 days. Extended family members of Canadian citizens above the age of 18. Permanent residents or individuals registered under the Indian Act, if they will be visiting an extended family member in Canada for a minimum of 15 days. Foreign citizens who are qualified, high-performance, amateur or professional athletes, trainers or coaches. Cross-border truck drivers. Temporary international workers, in all professions if they have a valid work permit, or an authorized work permit application. International students above 18, if they hold a valid study permit, or an authorized study permit application. Bear in mind that the foreign citizens who are a part of any of the groups listed earlier will require to make sure that they are fully vaccinated before attempting to enter Canada. To be regarded as fully vaccinated, a person must have received the complete series of a vaccine, or an assortment of vaccines, approved by the Canadian government, a minimum of 14 days before entering Canada. Until now, Canada has identified and approved Moderna, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Sinovac, Sinopharm, and Covaxin vaccines. Let's find out if you can leave Canada without being fully vaccinated. Citizens of Canada, permanent residents and people registered under the Indian Act are permitted to visit Canada without being fully vaccinated, but they will need to quarantine for 14 days and complete the arrival and day 8 coronavirus tests. However, from November 30, 2021, citizens of Canada, permanent residents and people registered under the Indian Act who are not fully vaccinated are not authorized to travel on transborder, domestic, or international flights departing from Canadian airports unless they satisfy one of the exceptions to the vaccine requirement. These exemptions include the following: travel for fundamental medical services and treatment, travel from remote communities, emergency and critical travel, including for critical medical reasons, other exceptional travel in the national interest, medical incapability to be vaccinated, and genuine religious belief. This implies that citizens of Canada, permanent residents, and people registered under the Indian Act cannot depart Canada without evidence of vaccination unless they satisfy one of the earlier mentioned exemptions to the vaccine conditions, or they can exit Canada via the United States if they are also a citizen or permanent resident of the United States. The condition to be fully vaccinated to depart Canada is also applicable to temporary residents, like students, workers, and visitors. The Canadian government has temporary transitional steps for unvaccinated international travelers who usually live outside of Canada and who came to Canada before October 30, 2021. They can depart Canada by February 28, 2022, with a valid COVID-19 test at the time of travel. Following February 28, 2022, temporary residents would require to be fully vaccinated to depart Canada by plane unless they satisfy one of the exceptions to the vaccine requirement. New immigration policies could continue to be presented with short notice to address the COVID-19 circumstances in Canada. Therefore, to avoid delays in your global mobility plan, it is suggested that you reach your legal immigration counsel as soon as possible. We have reached the end of today's video update. Like and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Thanks for watching.